All right, we're going live in five, four, three, two, one.
Welcome everybody to Dr. Reese Live. I am Coach Sean, and alongside me is Coach Levi, Elise,
Come on.
the special Elise. She's got a new background. I like it. And the only head to toe healer in the world,
In the
Dr.
world.
Reese.
That's
How are
right.
you doing, Dr. Reese?
When you wake up in the morning and you realize you're the greatest fake doctor that's ever lived, you always feel good.
Hmm.
Always.
Anything special happening? Anything coming up or anything special happened last week?
Oh, we triggered so many people last week. I'm
Oh
curious to see what you guys picked for trigger of the week because there was so many.
yeah.
The Wendy Williams video on Facebook hit 2 million views.
Congratulations. Wow.
2 million views. So man, I've been getting text messages from friends and family like, "What do you do for a living again?" Because you're popping up all over my social media, like recommendations and stuff. So it's interesting how that happens with friends and family don't really realize because maybe they're not in tune with social media. A lot of people don't understand that social media is the new TV.
Yeah.
So what TV was in the 90s and 2000s, social media is now. So the older generation doesn't get it.
Yeah, but also I think like with your family, you heard of the Clark Kent effect. I think I said
No,
that right. It's when the people around you would never suspect you. I'm going to use an analogy, would never suspect you to be like the superhero that saves the world. Like
right,
all the people that work with Clark Kent, they were like, yeah, he's a
right,
normal guy. He's not Superman.
right. That defines it perfectly.
Yeah. Put on the glasses. They're like,
It
whoa.
defines it perfectly. Friends and family don't get it.
Mm-mm.
They really don't. Like they're always, you know, I had a cousin recently who was like, you had what? You had armed security? For what? I'm like, man, you're out of the loop. But anyway, we're here
Hmm.
as usual every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And eventually we're just going to be exclusively on the Rumble. So definitely go subscribe, please.
Yeah, and while we do that, everybody knows what time it is. We're gonna go ahead and do the location roll call. Let us know where you're coming in from, country, state, wherever. We want to know where you're coming from and what you're representing. And
Where
while those locations come in, I did want to hop over to Rumble really quick and see what new videos we have posted. Can we do that, Levi?
Absolutely. And I want to know where my Australian people are because I'm in love with Australia. There's the Wendy video right there. Well, that's the Rumble version, the long one. Sean, my 11-year-old nephew watched that.
The Wendy?
I mean, you know him. He fidgets.
Yeah.
He did not fidget through that whole thing. He watched 10 minutes straight. He was like locked in, like our brains can do that. I'm like, yes, that's why you have to be healthy.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Brain conditions are fascinating. If they can fascinate an 11-year-old, I mean,
Think about it. Yeah, yeah. I think those like these two videos that we have now, I'm like really confident in them. The Wendy Williams one is big. I would recommend watching both of them, like the Wendy Williams and the Doctor. Yeah, that one is
doctors
pretty
kill millions of
surprising as well.
people.
Yeah, because it's not a
You
statistic
didn't
that
want to say it?
I don't know like
Who's listening?
IG and FB, they're acting really weird today, so I'm just gonna stay on their good list.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's still like I think both of those are just things that people don't know. Mainly the doctors kill 'em.
Yeah.
But like it's
It's
an
it
actual statistic. Like it's like it's
yeah,
there.
it's there. It's there. And it is, I think it was a good video. How long is it?
It's about 13 minutes.
13 minutes.
Yeah,
You guys are
13
missing
minutes.
out. 13 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I'm gearing up writing a new book now too on it, and
Oh,
I'm learning even more about the medical monopoly than I even knew.
can you give us like what's the title? What are you thinking about the title is gonna be?
Medical monopoly.
Really?
I need a tagline though,
Yeah.
like a subtitle.
Mm.
The evil empire that you didn't know about. The secret empire that you never suspected.
Mm. Something deep. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You want to get a preview of the videos or you want to get into some of these locations?
Yeah, where's everyone checking in from? I see a Texas.
We see anybody, Elise?
Greetings from Mexico City,
Wow.
also from Armenia, from Canada.
Mm. Any locations, Coach Levi?
Yeah, we got an Austin, Texas, Dallas, Texas, New York, Oklahoma, Florida, Alberta, Canada, Georgia, South Africa.
Wow.
Where's my Australians at?
Wow. I see Rhode Island, New York, Southern California, Jersey, uh, Jersey. That was a good for the party. You remember the 120 party?
You know,
The Jersey crew.
Jersey and Australia.
Mm. Always supporting Karina from Kansas. And
Mhm.
oh, there's the Australia crew.
Okay.
Australia, Melbourne.
Yes. Love Australians.
We got an El Paso, Texas. It's a good song.
Awesome. Awesome. So you think it's a good time to start getting into these questions?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna start off with who do I want to start off with? Elise.
Dr. Reese, what are your thoughts on medical marijuana and pain management?
Yeah, I mean, if it manages someone's pain, then go for it. But I'm kind of against smoking. But there's other ways to ingest marijuana than smoking it, as you know, Elise. I mean, someone could even put it in a smoothie. I just think that people get addicted to smoking. It's like an oral fixation. I remember when I was a pothead back in the day, there was something about rolling a blunt, getting in a circle and passing it around. It's a social experience, you know? But as far as using it for medical reasons, sure, go for it. But I don't recommend smoking it. And also, you still got to get healthy from head to toe because you're treating a symptom. You're masking. So maybe you need the pain. Maybe you need to use it as a painkiller as you're getting healthy, but you got to get healthy from head to toe. And that's my message. That's going to be my message until, you know, they jump out of the bushes and do something to me.
Any more questions over there, Elise?
Now, what are your recommendations on hypothyroidism?
Well, there's a whole chapter in Reverse the Cause on the thyroid. And the thing with the thyroid is a lot of times it comes from the position of your neck, your cervical spine, and a lot of people don't realize that. Plus, it's soft tissue, so there's soft tissue nutrients. So there's a lot that goes into that. I would definitely recommend reading that chapter and Reverse the Cause because there's not enough time to really talk about it here.
Hmm. Okay, Coach Levi, do we have any questions on the other socials?
Of course, we got someone asking about, so his name is Mr. Digital. What do you recommend for deworming?
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of herbs that you can use along with fruit to deworm. You have to be very careful with detox. Detox is a very slippery slope. So, I just put out a video about that a few days ago, right? That triggered a lot of people. Actually lost followers over it. So, I mean, it's a controversial topic, obviously, but I know people that have gone too far with that and are no longer here. So, detox is a slippery slope.
Mhm.
I would say go get a detox professional, but they're on the slippery slope too. They're going 100 days without food and trying to become breatharians, and they're just going to live off the air. So, I mean, it's gotta be careful out there. You need nutrition. You need 90 essential nutrients every day, and you need to not eat the poor four foods for the rest of your life. Those are the two best things you can do for yourself right there.
Any more questions, Levi?
We got someone asking about what are your thoughts on multiple myeloma?
Well, soft tissue deficiency. We're talking about soft tissue here. And, there's a specific profile of nutrients that you're going to need. You're probably missing. Plus, you got to get that lymphatic system moving. And again, I would recommend Reverse the Cause for that.
Absolutely.
The whole trilogy, of
The
course.
whole trilogy.
The whole trilogy. Read the whole trilogy or listen
Um,
to it.
so I just really quickly wanted to go over to the Zoom room, see if anybody had any questions. If you do, please raise your hand. I see some people commenting in the chat. If you would like to ask that question to Dr. Reese and just speak, you turn on your camera or don't turn on your camera. You can just ask that question, just raise your hand and we'll call on you. We see that Karina has a question. So Karina, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Karina, didn't you ordered a Discovery, haven't you?
Yes, I sure did.
All right, cool. I'll be getting to that in the next few days.
Good, because I need some answers. I have a question. Okay, when you're talking about going gluten free, and when I read the labels at the store, like let's say waffles, or something is gluten free, but it's got vegetable in it. So I mean, what do you do when it's still got oil in it?
You don't buy it. Is that is that bad news?
No, it's not bad news. I just, with me being a picky eater, it's hard for me to find something I like. I just, you know, that's going to be the hard part. But
Well, do you like fruit?
mm, some of it,
Okay. Do you like meat?
not really.
You like eggs?
No.
You really are picky, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do with you?
I don't know. I guess I'll just starve.
Ah, man. I mean, the best diet you can have is gonna be fruits, vegetables, meat, eggs. real clean, one ingredient foods. It's the starches where they really started messing with us. That's where the
Okay,
that's where the food corporations really started messing around, throwing ingredients in there, something like waffles, something like pancakes. Of course, all the cereals like Fruit Loops, which have no fruit in it, you know, and they started messing with us and experimenting with us. And so anytime you have a box or a bag and you have to actually read ingredients, you're probably going in the wrong direction because real one ingredient foods have no label. And
so what
Apple,
about like bread and stuff that, you see gluten-free bread in the store, but is it really healthy?
no, because most gluten-free bread has oil in it. But you can make your own, like there's recipes in my cookbook, you know? So speaking of that, where is that?
I stole it.
Ah, you never put it
Ah,
back.
ah, ah, ah,
There it is. Yeah, put it out. You might as well promote it while it's in your hand.
Gotta take the sticky note off.
I
Dinner
just went
without
I
the
just went to
Reese.
go grab it and it wasn't there.
So much good stuff. Look at that.
Yeah, there's 100 recipes in there. There are no gluten, no oil, no fried, no fake.
A
What?
That
hundred recipes.
that's
That's
if you're a kitchen person.
yeah.
Not everyone's a kitchen person. I'm not a kitchen person. I just had dinner before this show. I steamed 3 grass-fed burgers and a sweet potato. That's it.
Mommy,
Tell them what you call the grass-fed burgers.
Muckies.
There
They're meat cookies.
you go.
And I always, just a little secret, I always eat with my hands. I never use a fork if I don't have to, only if I'm on a date.
But yeah, we have one more person. Thank
But if
you,
she makes
Karina.
it to the third date,
Oh,
I'll eat with my hands.
oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Karina, for asking your question. I
Thank
did
you.
want to add that for the most part, we've noticed that as soon as foods or a fad diet gets hyped up and it gets to popularity, that's when the foods and the processing always come in. And so gluten-free started off like a perfect movement. But
Hmm.
then, big companies get a hold of it and they kind of alter it to their own preference, really, and it starts to just get bad out of hand. That's why
Right.
these gluten-free options, they used to be good. They used to be so good, and now they are just it's like all starches now. You're
Right.
replacing the gluten with just starches and glues essentially. And so it's just as bad. And they'll use that. That's greenwashing again. Greenwashing. They love to do it. You got to watch out for it. It's usually in packaged foods. Um,
How would you describe greenwashing to the folks listening?
I would say like greenwashing is basically when they'll take like popular natural terms, like they'll say this is fresh, natural, um, anything really. They can say things are organic, but not have like fully organic products in there, as
All
long as the main
natural.
product is organic.
All natural.
Yeah, they love to use words that mean nothing and hold no weight, but to simulate that it's a product that's healthy for you when it's not actually healthy at all.
Right.
Um, so they can say like made of all natural fruits, but like half of it is like what natural flavorings, or it's like organic all natural fruits, but they're using flavoring and added juices, to where it's like not really a fruit. If it's just the juice, it's sugar, it's fructose.
Right.
But yeah, they'll just change a bunch of the names to it, to make it sound better
Mm,
than it actually is.
right.
It's sad. Anybody can look up like greenwash terms. You can look up like everybody's pretty up to
Marketing.
date. Yeah, they can start looking into that. They'll have a list of what to do, like what to look out for, and yeah, you just start from there. You should be going to grocery stores like you're going to a library. You should be reading the back or reading the nutrition label. That's all you should be doing. You should look like you're in a library. Just read everything. You have to read everything. Do not trust what the front says. The story is in the back.
Mm.
Do not look at the front. The front will sell you. The story in the back will tell you what you actually need to know. Eileen is a little bit camera shy. But this time I'm gonna ask the question for her. Next time, I hope to see you on.
Come
But
on, Eileen. Let's go.
she says, is it possible to get rid of nasal polyps without surgery? My daughter already had surgery, but the polyps are back.
Yeah. So, yes, I believe so. Polyps are something that it's soft tissue, right? So, if you get healthy from head to toe and you do what you need to do, I would hope those suckers would dissolve, because I would put a polyp in the same category as a tumor or a cyst. And, we see those things disappear all the time, you know. But, some people will throw tomatoes at me for that and say, it's irresponsible, blah, 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 especially when I'm talking about the colon, right? They want to stick a camera up your booty at 45 years old and they want to look for the polyps, because they scared us into it, you know? I don't know. I had a great grandmother that lived till 99. I don't think she had a camera. I don't even know if cameras were invented at that time. So
Hmm.
if you mean to tell me that, okay, if she got a colonoscopy and found something, quotes, she would have lived to 120? I don't think so.
I don't get it. Um, I feel like uh, the start of an epidemic or something, like when a disease becomes really popular, is when it's named. As soon as it's named, that's like, I feel like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
when they come out with the treatments and all
Right.
this. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, if they can get 3 or 4 syllables on it, I mean, you're going places.
Yeah.
This is high level marketing. Diarrhea. I mean, come on. What's
Ralph
better
Diddle
than that?
Schmiddle.
Fibromyalgia. Oh my gosh. People are having panic attacks, because it's all scary. Oh, I have a 3, 4, 5 syllable diagnosis. It
Yeah.
means nothing. You need to find your root causes. And of course, you do that through our discovery analysis, which you should order tonight.
Mm.
How do they order a discovery?
Well, for anybody on IG, they can just type in Discovery and get the link, um, as well as any other platform on social media. But anybody in the Zoom room that's looking to get a Discovery, you can just type in Discovery in the chat, or you can go to our email, peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com, or you can text 860-494-2407
You
to
know
get
what
you
the number
discovered.
one question is I get in my DMs?
What's up?
How can I book a consultation with you?
Hmm. Yeah, let's get into that.
And I have to constantly say, all I offer is a discovery analysis.
Hmm.
Consultations don't work. If they work, then everyone would be healed. They don't work. You got to find the root causes of your body. What's your neck position? What's your shoulder position? What's your pelvis position? What's going on with your feet? What are your nutritional deficiencies? Find this stuff out. That within itself is a thing. It's not the solution, it's the discovery. The solution, of course, is going to be our program. But even if you don't want to do the program, it's still a standalone thing. You still know what's wrong with you. You can play it for your friends and family and they will be amazed because no one's ever seen anything like this. So, the first step is getting your discovery and finding your root causes. That's so important because that's the aha moment. And if you don't have the aha moment, then you're not going to heal. You got to have the aha moment. So, you don't even have to read the books to get a discovery. So, I highly recommend getting that. It's currently $300. It's going to go up soon. Get it now while you can.
Thank you for that. Um, yeah, back off of what we were talking about earlier about diets and getting into foods. Linda was saying best tool is a pressure cooker. I think
Yeah.
everybody should have one,
Pressure cooking is something that we very, very highly advocate.
especially for picky eaters.
Yes.
Really, because it cooks down everything. It's like essentially tasteless, but it extracts that flavor. So everything kind of tastes the same. It's a uniform taste. It's a lot better for picky eaters.
I
And
tell people all the time, give me a roast with potatoes and carrots in a pressure cooker. I'll take that over a restaurant steak any day.
yeah,
Any day of the week. You make the house smell like gold. You will smell like Sean's a gourmet chef around here. He cooks his lunch over here in the kitchen. And everyone in the building is like, what's that? What's this? Oh my gosh, what's this? It's just all he's doing is throwing it in a
I'm
pressure
literally
cooker
just throwing it in
and
there.
going boop, 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 done. And he
And I
walks away
walk
for an
away.
hour
Yeah.
and comes back. And we smell it up here
Yeah.
because the chimney thing is attached to the roof, our patio roof. And so we're up here smelling his lunch. And I'm over here boiling burgers. Just because I don't want to go boop 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 boop.
You gotta
Um,
go boop 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 boop
yeah,
boop.
you're you're cutting them. You're cutting up stuff, so it's an extra step.
Barely. I just cut it up so it distributes.
Yeah,
It's not even that much. Like literally, I'm not a, I don't cook. I don't like it, but the pressure cooker makes it so easy that I can have great meals every day. It's minimal effort.
and my recommended pressure cooker is on peaceoverpain.com.
Yeah. Essentials page, peaceoverpain.com/essentials.
Right.
That's like the best one. But really, like, there's so many benefits to pressure cooking. It's cooking down
Oh,
lectins, anti-nutrients.
oh yeah, you're gonna digest it beautifully.
Yeah.
And if if money isn't a problem, I would also get a non-electric one too, the originals,
Hmm.
just in
Yeah.
case you ever lose power. You ever lose power and you have a gas stove, you're still in business.
Yeah.
You know, you're making some gourmet. Your neighbor's gonna come over like, what's going on over here?
Absolutely. I think it's a good time to head back over to some questions on the socials. I want to start off with Elise.
Hi, Elise.
Hey, my daughter is 15 and had her saliva tested, and her hormone levels are out of whack. Do you see teenagers?
At 15? No, I mean, we typically don't see non-adults, but we don't do the consultation formula. We have a program. So if somebody was committed to join the program, then, they still have to get a discovery no matter what to find the root causes. No matter how you look at it, you still got to get a discovery. She's probably unhealthy and the hormones are changing, teenager, and it's kind of like menopause in a way. It's same concept. You know, the same thing a 55-year-old woman might go through, 15-year-old might go through it. It's just backwards, but it's the same concept.
I believe just like you going into a doctor's office, you gotta fill out a form so the doctor knows what you're taking and such like that, so on and so on. Same rules still apply. Do you have any
Elise,
more questions over there, Elise?
Elise, what were you like when you were 15?
Oh, a handful.
A
I was
handful?
a handful,
Yeah,
definitely.
I believe it.
Someone wants to know if, does postural therapy work without fixing nutrition?
It depends on what your symptoms are, but yes. Like frozen shoulder, uh, a bulging disc. Yeah, it can definitely help. You know, that's one of the things that attracted me to postural therapy. That was the missing link for me. And, you know, this story will be told in my memoir when it comes out. But I remember the day laying there doing postural therapy because I was messed up and I'm trying to figure out why I'm in so much pain at 40 years old. You know, I'm like, what is happening here? Doing my postural therapy and meeting all these people. You know, one of my classmates got himself out of a wheelchair. Pretty cool stuff. He was
How
in a
quick
we
how quickly did you get out of pain when you started doing it?
me
Yeah.
3 weeks,
Yeah, it usually happens pretty quick.
about 3 weeks. But my classmate, I'd love to bring him on one of these days to get the story. But he was in a wheelchair for 10 years, something like that. He had a skiing accident and ended up in a wheelchair and had to get fusion surgery in his back. And he wasn't a nutrition guy. He just ate what he wanted. Very overweight, obese, but he found postural therapy and he went after it like a maniac. And he was out of the wheelchair in a few months. Pretty wild. And so, anyway, this is the stuff that made my mind go, oh my gosh, what happens if you combine this with the this and the this? And that's when I put it all together and created head to toe healing. So
Mm.
I'm still, you know, I'm always going to be an advocate of doing all of it, like I describe in my book, Peace Over Pain. But yeah, somebody could have healing events, you know, with just postural therapy. Absolutely. Hmm. But it's the same with all of it. You could have a huge miracle with just mindfulness training. We see it all the time. Joe Dispenza does it all the time. So what happens if you put it all together? What happens if you go head to toe? What happens if you just do it all? That's where the real magic happens. Go ahead. Next question.
Did you have any more questions for us, Elise?
What would you recommend for menopause, please?
Menopause?
Yes.
Oh, well, the message still applies. Got to get healthy from head to toe. But in order to put the fire out, you could definitely do some yams. I just like saying yams. It's a fun word. The wild yams definitely help. Flaxseed helps, you know, and we have a ton of supplements that help with menopause. I'm thinking about putting together a menopause course, even for people that don't join our program, because why not? We're working on something behind the scenes, very, very, very big, and probably going to launch it at my seminar on May 4th and give the people that come to the seminar the first shot at it. But it's pretty big thing. that we're working on, and I'll be able to help people with menopause in that thing that I'll announce at a later time.
Can't wait.
Any other questions?
Yeah, let's go over to Levi. Levi, you have any questions for us?
Yeah. I got someone asking, how can I get rid of gallstones without removing any my gallbladder?
I have a course on this on peaceoverpain.com. It's only $100. And if you follow it to the T, I believe that you will save your gallbladder inside of 6 weeks.
Go on peaceoverpain.com and it's in the webinars
It's
tab.
You can also link in the bio or email us, call us, whatever you want. I
Any
want to
more
get a
questions?
I want to get a raven service where like a raven actually flies and carries a message.
All right.
We just got a message in from FB, from Sarah, and she says the gallstone course has been a lifesaver. No
Really?
attacks since doing it.
Wow.
Very cool.
Amazing.
Congratulations. And I
Well,
think if I'm not mistaken, she's the only one that bought it so far.
yeah.
So we're 1 for 1. We're 100% out here. You don't understand.
Wow. That's great to hear.
We dropped that very recently too.
Yep.
Where can you find it again, Levi?
Like on the website?
Well, just period. Like
Link in
where
bio. I mean,
link in
Yeah.
bio. Okay.
link in bio, or just email us, peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com, or call us. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. 860
Hmm.
294.
Mm-mm.
No, what? Wait, 294.
No, you got it.
It's 294, isn't it?
No, it's
No.
not two.
What
No
is it?
two. 494.
494. That's what I was saying. 860, which is Connecticut. 494-2407, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bam. You're the only one that needs to know the number. Me and Levi don't need to know it.
I mean, it's
You guys are too young. Back in just 20 years ago, we had to memorize numbers.
I memorize everything.
I remember all my friends' phone numbers. It's just stuck in the head for no reason.
Uh, let's go to the Zoom room, guys. I see some beautiful faces. Does anybody have questions for us? Raise your hand. I do see some comment from Aline again. She was asking, I was just diagnosed with frozen shoulder today. It's very painful, and I was prescribed PT, posture, yeah,
Physical therapy.
physical therapy, 3 times a week. I'm very concerned if it's an early symptom of Parkinson's because my mom had it.
No, it has nothing to do with Parkinson's. No, not really. I mean, if you're looking at the whole body as a whole unit, everything's connected. So, it's important to read Reverse the Cause to understand that. I have a whole chapter on Parkinson's. I have a whole chapter on frozen shoulder. And you might be surprised to know that we get rid of frozen shoulder all the time. It's one of our highest success rates. I mean, it's like 100%.
Mm.
It's not hard. Parkinson's is hard. Frozen shoulder is not.
Because it takes a long time to develop in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Well, I had a question for you.
Shoot.
Uh, so I just looking on the comments and social media and stuff, I got this question, but what causes flat feet and does it affect your health?
Flat feet,
Yeah,
not crawling as a baby.
really.
Yeah. You see, in this new society that we have, we don't let our children crawl enough. We don't want to be bothered. We throw them in the crib. We lock them up, you know? And then just to make it worse, we throw some Jordans on its feet. Not a good idea to put sneakers on a child.
Yeah,
You want your kid to be walking barefoot. You need to develop those muscles. You know,
Yeah,
need to
but
develop those bones too.
yeah.
So if there's no bone and muscle development, then that child is going to be um, compromised as they get up there and, 10 years old, 11 years old. And yeah, flat feet are a problem. I mean, they don't even let you in the military if you have flat feet.
really.
No,
Wow.
no, because you'll be off balance and you go in the war, you're gonna just screw it up. Flat feet.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so that's something that I check when I do a discovery analysis. I always zoom in on the feet. It's my favorite part because the feet are very fascinating to see what's holding us up and how they're holding up. These dogs are important. You need a proper arch. You need to not have a bunion. You need to not have a callus. You need to not have a corn. You need to not have hammer toes. All this needs to be in alignment. And if it's not, it's more than likely coming from the hips because the feet are an innocent bystander of the hips. Just like Mr. Bones over here, look, hip, right? Look at the legs. They're just innocent bystanders. They're just hanging off. So it's all about the pelvis. The pelvis, the pelvis, the pelvis. So if anyone wants a discovery, I suggest you get it before the price goes up so I can check your feet.
You want to do another round of questions?
No one's ever zoomed in on your feet. No one's ever zoomed in on your feet. Come on. I discover all sorts of things on people's feet. And that some people don't even know, right? They put their list of symptoms. They don't even post the feet. They don't nothing. And I'm looking at it like you got a bunion. They're like, I got a what? It
Tracy,
severely hurts my dating life because I'm like, all right, show me your feet. Like, and there's almost always a bunion because women, this new generation, the hips are messed up and everyone's wearing narrow shoes. No one's walking around barefoot like they should. You should be walking around barefoot as much as you can. And when you do put on shoes, they need to be wide. But everyone's trying to play dress up. The end of my spiel.
you sure?
Peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com. Let us know.
Tracy says, I signed up for the discovery today. You are in for it. My feet are a mess.
I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah. And if you, on the discovery, if you score past a certain number, you're officially a hot mess. Not everyone's a hot mess. Only like 2 out of 10 people are a hot mess. But when you get branded as a hot mess, you're in a special category. And we're the only ones that can turn you around. We clean up the mess.
I see someone asking, where can I buy your books? Great
Yep.
question.
Link is in the bio, and that'll take you to Amazon. There's 3 books. Peace Over Pain is the breakfast. Reverse the Cause is the lunch. And Dinner with Dr. Reese is, of course, the dinner.
I like what you did there.
I wanted to throw in something because someone's asking about bunions. How do you fix them?
Bunions take a long time to fix. We have to get your posture in order, and I have to see your spine and your head and your feet. I have to see everything. And then there's a special protocol. And it takes a long time. Special shoes. I mean, it's very, very elaborate. Very elaborate. But in Reverse the Cause, I describe the root causes of it. Anything
I,
else?
I imagine it's hard, like, because the shoes we wear, the
Yeah,
mainstream shoes, perpetuate bunions, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Bunions are a problem. Hmm. And then women are always going to want to hide it, of course, too. You see some bad ones where that hallicus, which is called the big toe, crosses over the other toes. Like it's just like heading the other way. It's bad.
Someone asked, are bunions painful?
If they inflame, they are painful.
Can you just, someone's asking, can you just burn off a bunion or?
No, it all a bunion is when the joint inflames, but it's inflaming because the hallicus is going inward. But you can also get it on the other side, which is called the Taylor's bunion, and that's where the pinky toe does the same thing. The pinky toe comes in.
Mm.
It's not life threatening, but it's life misery.
Mm.
Kind of like
Anyone?
a kind of like a bulging disc or something.
Do you remember what the worst bunion you've ever saw was?
Yeah, I mean,
Like how far bent was it?
all the way.
Like 90 degrees or what?
I got toys.
Yeah, plenty of those.
Yeah, so when this joint right here, so this toe comes all the way over and it overlaps the other, and that's a problem. And then this joint will inflame. Once that joint inflames, then it's going to fill up with fluid. Yep. No bueno. This is a real foot, by the way.
Whose foot do you just have?
I can never tell.
Um, I wanted to hop over to Elise really quick. Did you have any questions, Elise?
Someone had asked if the discovery requires you to be nude.
No, but the more nude, the better. Because I got to see your spine. I got to see your hips. I got to see everything. So we ask women to a sports bra or a tank top, as short as shorts as you can. And then we ask men to just wear as short as shorts as you can. Boxer shorts, basically. No shirt.
Yeah, he's also gotta be able to see your ears. So we also recommend to put like a ponytail for anyone that has long hair.
Yeah. Which Levi's going to need in about a month, I think.
For sure.
Any more questions, Elise?
Where do you take your postural therapy classes at?
Where would I? I'm opening up my own school soon so that we can teach everyone how to do it.
Mm, okay. I see a question in the Zoom room. Can you show how locked ankles look?
No, I don't have any examples on me,
Oh, okay.
but I'm always evaluating ankles and feet. You can see a lot of them on the social medias.
Well, really quickly, we got about 9 minutes left. I wanted to see if you had any questions for the audience.
Hmm. What two fruits move the most lymphatic fluid?
Hmm.
What two fruits move the most lymphatic fluid? Like if you eat them all day for 3 days, there'll be mucus just flowing out of your nose.
And while we wait, Karina has another question, so I'm gonna go ahead and unmute you, Karina. What is your question? You're muted.
She could type it into.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. What about the bottles that you drink like juice in? Shut up. Okay. That you drink like juice in, like the 64 ounce, and then you refill them for water and stuff like that. Is that okay, or is it just because it's plastic and it's bad, or what?
Well, if it's flimsy plastic, it's definitely not good.
Like water bottles. Oh, I don't buy water bottles like in a package, but if it's like hard plastic or
Yeah.
like
Super
like
hard
this,
super
like
hard
this one,
plastic is, yeah. If it's really hard plastic, you might be able to get away with it as long as it's not heated in the sun.
not heated. Okay.
Yeah. But glass is better.
Yeah, glass. I know glass is always better, even in like containers. You know, like if you store food in containers, glass is better than plastic.
Yeah.
Now, what causes a lot of drainage, like post nasal drip, that kind of thing?
What causes it?
Yeah.
The body trying to detox itself.
Oh, detox.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Karina, for your question. I
Thank
want
you. She wants to say hi. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
So I really wanted to get into the answers, excuse me, the answers for the question that you asked to the audience. Elise and Levi, what are some of the, well, Levi first, what are some of the answers that people are coming up with?
So we have cranberries, pineapple, watermelon, peppers, blueberries, grapes, apricot, apple. Sit over here.
What do you got, Elise?
Grapes and mangoes, lemons and pineapple, lemons, cherries, pomegranate.
Okay.
We got grapes and melons over here from Linda.
Arlinda?
Yeah, our Linda.
She's cheating. Hmm. So, yeah, that's the answer. It's grapes and melons. Grapes and melons move the most lymph. And if you eat a lot of it, you will feel it. And I don't recommend it.
Interesting.
It's
Gets into
intense.
that detox culture, right?
Yeah, right into that detox culture. I've done it. I lived it. I've
Mm.
done 10 days on grapes, 30 days on melon. I've done it all.
Haven't you done like 100 days juicing?
100 days juicing
Wow. Wow.
and still went running.
Really? Did you feel any better or was it just
No, you're high. You're like you're feeling so good,
mm,
but doesn't pay off later.
it's like a plateau?
Well, you're losing so much nutrition.
You have a question, Linda? Okay. I'll unmute you really quickly.
Janet says rebound. She's correct.
Mm.
Oh,
Hey, Linda.
the TT is going crazy.
Linda?
Okay, my question was with the grapes and the melon, does that jack up your sugar level at all
For a moment, it does.
for a moment?
Yeah, if
What
you
does
don't,
that mean? Yeah.
it's a spike. But if you don't have the proper minerals, then you won't be able to process it.
Uh, okay, proper minerals. You won't be able to process what?
The sugar.
The sugar. Oh, okay. So if you're on the protocol, the vitamin protocol, you should be able to, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. The formula that we have you on that begins with a S.
Yes. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yep. We're so secretive over here.
By the way, while I have you on, can I go back to bunions just for 2 seconds?
Of course.
I had very tiny bunions in my 20s, and a surgeon got a hold of me and said, "Oh, they must be cut off." So they did something, you know what they do. The nail goes in there, and you have a cast up to your knee, and it's pretty horrible. It's very painful. So,
Yeah.
of course, a few decades go by, and as you very kindly pointed out, they grew back in. And so, one side is worse than the other. But so that's one of the things that I was really hoping to rectify as well. But what I'm noticing is my ankle locks up on that one side that's worse. So there
Mm,
must be something, it must be going down to that area, right from the neck, because I didn't realize how bad my neck was out.
mm,
I never ever realized that. Now I can feel it after doing the postural exercises for just a few weeks and being on the vitamins. I can actually feel something wanting to restructure. I can feel it wanting to change, and it's not quite there, but it's really wanting to. So it's
I know that you're gonna be a great testimonial in a few more months.
Oh God, I hope so, Dr. Reese. I hope so. But
Yeah.
anyways, it's feeling really great. I'm really, really happy with it. I look forward to my exercises in the morning because they feel so good,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like really good. I feel totally different after that. So thank you. So
You're welcome.
I'm ready to continue.
Yeah. And we'll see you in a few minutes in the private meeting.
Yes,
Absolutely.
And
yes.
we're just about there, Sean, I think.
Yeah. Any final comments you want to tell your audience?
I would just say get a discovery. It all starts with a discovery. You got to find your root causes, you know? So, like we said, the cost is going to go up on those soon. So, get it now. And if I could remember the number, I'd give it to you.
860-494-2407.
I'll write a jingle. I wrote a jingle for the Poor Four Foods. That'll come
All
out.
right.
Should be 1860 Sean.
Call 860 Sean. Peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com. That one I know. Peaceoverpainclinic@gmail.com.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We have got to go.
We got clients we're gonna go meet with now. VIP, holding it down.
Peace, everybody.